I think you're live. Say something, and I'm gonna. I think you're live, Dr. Schwartz. Say something to everyone.
Well, I have no earphones in my ear.
That's yeah, I know. But just say something. They're listening to you.
Hans, if you can hear me, it says live now, and we're still trying to adjust it. Can you see me?
I could see you. It says that you're live, but I don't know if Hans could see you.
Well, how do I communicate with Hans?
I'm gonna call him right immediately.
Hans, Yvonne is going to call you on a landline. 845.
There are 3 participants. You have to put it in your ear a minute. I know it's a little difficult, and then you will. I'll figure it out. I'll get Wait a minute. Hans, can you hear us? This is not gonna go in there. Okay, talk to Hans right now and see if he sees you live.
Hans, can you see me live now?
Can he see you live?
It went off again.
It's not live?
He can see me
Okay,
now.
we'll figure it out with the phone. We have to, there's no entrance there. So,
Yes, there is here.
yeah, I know, but it doesn't fit. So, yeah. You can start the video with patience.
Okay. Hans, can you hear me? Well, I'm putting the phone down, or do I leave the phone up here? I'm putting the phone down, and can you hear me without the phone?
Sit here for a half hour.
Okay, then I'm going to start talking without the phone. And this I'll use just to communicate with you.
Is it charged? I'm going to connect it on the other phone, Dr. Schwartz.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for I feel like this is real television, and we had a blackout, but here we are. And what I'd like to talk about today is the holiday season, temptations, and how we deal with them. Now, the place I'd like to start is with me and myself and you,
Dr. Schwartz,
as well.
you can put this in your ear now. Both, and you can. Okay, try that way. Try
All
to
right.
speak to Hans.
Now, can you hear me now, Hans? Okay. The holiday season sets up all kinds of pressures in a condensed form.
I raised him early from work, and I gained 4 pounds.
We have these same pressures all year round,
So far, I'm not happy.
but they're condensed, and we have an issue. The issue is very simple. Why are we here? For those of you who went on the holiday protocol process, you've already decided that you are going to postpone meaningful weight loss, and we're going to work on a program through the end of 2017 till the beginning of January, where you would work very hard with the program that we've established to maintain your weight. The majority of you did not opt for that option. And therefore, we have to deal with the day-to-day issues. The question I want to raise is, go into your head, ask yourself, why did I start this entire weight loss process? What was my motivation? If you were like me when I was on the program, it was because I was very unhappy with myself. I had burned out as a psychologist, and I was still at an age where I was young and vibrant, but I could no longer in any comfortable manner work as a therapist. I started to use food as comfort and escape. And I became a food addict. It wasn't just when I was working. It was almost any time. I had a long discussion with Dr. Chu. In those days, Dr. Chu was my teacher and mentor and the medical director for the AccuWeight Loss program. He was always in shape. He had no need to go on a weight loss program. And he said to me, Dr. Schwartz, you have a choice. But before I ask you to make the choice, I want to ask you this. Are you happy with your physical self? The answer was immediate, and it was no. Why is it then, he asked me, are you using food for comfort and escape? Why is it that you are not doing what you say you want to do, which is to change your life? And I looked at him and I said, I'm not there. And he said, no, you're not. But you're also doing anything and everything that you can to avoid becoming what you want to become. I said, okay, what do you recommend? He looked at me and he said, it's time for the truth. It's time for you to be honest. It's time for you to step up and tell the truth. I'm going to share that with you, the truth. I had been a psychologist for 50 years. It's all I knew. It's what I did. I'd get up, I'd go to work, I enjoyed work. And then there came that day where there was something inside me and I didn't want to sit and listen to my patients anymore. And if I couldn't sit and listen to my patients, then I couldn't be who I was and had been for 50 years. Dr. Chu had introduced me to AccuWeight Loss and had trained me. But there was no AccuWeight Loss. I was just doing weight loss with a number of patients. It was not something I could do for a living. And I was frightened because I was still young and I was in no man's land. I went home and I thought about what it is that he had said to me. And I thought long and hard and learned something that I've kept with me since then. And that is, thinking is not enough. I have to verbalize my thoughts because I realized that if I only did the thinking, it wasn't in the real world. But if I verbalized it, I had to listen, I had to hear what it is that I was saying, and I added to that, periodically during the day, writing down thoughts that I had. So I was thinking, I was making those thoughts real by verbalizing them, and I was writing down thoughts, and that made them real. It was very apparent to me that my fear of my life changing, and changing dramatically, was the key. Because I was moving into a realm where I had never been before. That's what this holiday season is all about. The conflict between what it is we want, which is to lose weight, and also to participate in what is going on around us. Often I have shared with you that the criticism and comments that people make come because our efforts in using AccuWeight Loss make people nervous because they don't understand what we're doing. And since it makes no sense to them, that bothers them. And added to it, as they see us lose weight, with them doing what they are doing, and the vast majority of them are also overweight, but they're ignoring it by participating in whatever activity is going on at the time. And remember, much, if not most, of social life surrounds food. We go to a movie, we go out for dessert. We go to eat, we go to a show. We go to eat, we have a party. Everything revolves around food because food is powerful and food is comfort. I look at myself as a recovering addict because when I first became involved with Dr. Chu, I was almost 100 pounds overweight. And I had to lose 84 pounds, which I did, because Dr. Chu had said to me, and I'm sorry I can't use his words, but he said, Dr. Schwartz, you cannot be an weight doctor. He just used other words. So now here we are. And here are the rules. Rule number 1. There is a month period of time now till New Year's. All kinds of social activities are going to take place. People are going to be celebrating. I want to be part of that celebration. But do I have to be dishonest with myself in order to participate with other people? So rule number 1 is to ask myself this question. When someone criticizes me or makes a comment about what it is that I'm doing, what's my best guess as to why they're doing it? It's not because they misunderstand. It's because the efforts that I am employing to keep myself under control are putting pressure on them. And what I've learned to do is have certain rules. So that, for example, the first thing I do when entering any room where there's a party or celebration going on or where I'm going to participate with other people is I get myself a full glass of, I use club soda or seltzer, whatever is available, 10 to 12 ounces, and I drink it down, taking 4 or 5 minutes. I just don't gulp it down. The reason I do that is because it causes me to enter into the frame, because I'm talking with people while I'm doing that. There are no calories in the water. It is a 10-ounce glass. If it's less, I do it twice. And I mingle with people, not touching anything around me. People don't notice. They're involved with what it is they're doing. So rule number 1 that I have is drink at least 1 full glass of water. It's giving myself something. I'm participating with them. And what I'm doing is keeping myself centered and under control. Rule number 2. Before I go into the place, I ask myself, how am I going to participate? Am I going to go in 100%, 80%, 30%? Am I only going to have, depending upon what's available, fruits and vegetables? What am I going to do? Now, I've learned when I go to weddings and similar types of activities where there is a cocktail hour, to decide that I'm not having the dinner, I'm just going to have salad during the dinner part. And I go to every single station around and I take a tiny bit of something, I sit down, I enjoy it, and then I get up and I move to another. So I'm sampling everything, but I'm sampling everything under control. Most people are so busy involved with whatever is going on, they don't even notice what it is that I'm doing. When I get to the main course, I simply tell the truth. I'm so full from the smorgasbord, from the cocktail hour, that all I'm going to have is salad. And everybody seems to be happy with that because I'm not putting any pressure on them. But I am totally aware of what it is that I'm doing. The reason I'm holding to it, it's not because I'm not tempted to have more. It's because I set rules for myself that I was willing to adhere to. Now there's the last part. Rule number 3. People comment to me when they recognize what it is that I'm doing. Come on, join in, no big deal, whatever the comments are. These are people, some are friends, others are acquaintances. There's some level of bonding that has gone on in the past, but they are not my immediate family. And so when they make comments, I realize that whatever the comments they make may impact on me, but I also recognize that in a half hour, hour and a half, whatever time is going to take place, I'm going to be leaving. And when I leave, I'm going to be going with myself. And how do I want to see myself? I want to see myself as having exercised control, that I like who I am and I like what is going on. You know what the truth is? Nobody really cares whether I eat, indulge, or not, as long as it doesn't affect them. So if I have a plan going in and I adhere to that plan, then everything is going to be fine. If I don't have a plan, I'm going to be ending up a victim to other people and a victim to myself. There's one other thing, and it's really important. If we don't share our experience, we don't grow. The reason the 12-step programs work is the safety and comfort and rules that they adhere to. Every person who goes to a 12-step program acknowledges that they're an addict. There are no secrets, regardless of where they are in life. And they share the fact that they're addicted. And because